DayZ's newest dev blog has just been released, so let's go through everything that they have shown off in this one. This time they are talking about ice shelves or ice sheets, and they go on to say, at a glance at our development process reveals the meticulous care and creativity that went into these icy expanses. The process involved developing both wireframe and textured versions, allowing us to fine-tune the look and feel of these ice shelves down to the last detail. Now, if you saw yesterday's boat teaser reveal that DayZ put out, when they were showing off that boat, they did slowly zoom out and you could see just these ice shelves or the ice sheets that just went on for absolute ages, and they look a lot bigger than any of us were really expecting them to be. And in 126 experimental as well, they did add some new changes to make swimming and climbing up onto these ice shelves easier. So you'll be able to swim and actually kind of climb onto these things and be able to pull yourself out of the water, which is going to be quite nice. It was hard to see at first how vast this kind of landscape was going to be, but now looking at it, it does look a lot more bigger than we were expecting. From what we were told as well at the original reveal for Frostline back in May, that you would be able to kind of travel these ice sheets or ice shelves in totally different ways. You could walk on them if you wanted to, you could swim across them if you wanted to, and now that they've shown off boats, you'll be able to travel via boat to whichever parts of the island you want. It does also give us our first look at some of the islands that are outside of the main island itself, and these look quite nice as well. I don't know if there's going to be anything on these separate islands, but we'll have to wait and see. They then go on to say, furthermore, we've upgraded the ocean materials to reflect the chilling effect of distant ice shelves, adding depth and realism to the player's journey across these cold waters. This adjustment wasn't about aesthetics, it was about immersing players in a world that feels alive and dynamic with the harsh beauty of its cold environment front and center. And they show off a little clip of Mike, who's one of the DayZ devs, placing every single one of these little ice shelves perfectly so they look as realistic as possible. You know what? I don't think you could pay me enough to do that type of dev work. It would drive me insane. So fair play to Mike for doing it. Then they go on to talk about the new hot springs that are coming with Sakal. Now, they did mention this at the reveal back in May as well, but they didn't give too much information about them. And they go on to say hot springs and Sakal serve as a natural haven where players can seek warmth. However, as inviting as they may seem, those water bodies can come with their own set of risks and challenges. The concept of contrasting hot and cold environmental elements captivated us from the outset. Our ambition was to elevate Sakal beyond the conventional winter landscape, introducing a realm of warmth and danger coexist. Imagining a rugged terrain where adventurers can seek solace from the biting cold, we've envisioned hot springs. However, these waters aren't just warm and safe havens, they're also dangerous, too hot to walk into and too contaminated to take a sip from. Then they go on to say they're committed on creating a dynamic and immersive world for the players, so stay tuned for further updates, including the much anticipated geyser eruptions. So with hot springs, sometimes they can naturally kind of erupt and the water will go everywhere. I'd assume that's going to be kind of like one of the environmental dangers of this map, where you'll have to be careful for these geysers, and if you're around one as it erupts, it'll probably mess you up in some ways. Now, this is an interesting part that they go on to mention here. They go on to talk about new water springs that are coming to Sakal. They go on to say a significant change to the DayZ Frostline map, Sakal, that will influence your survival strategies, removing away from the traditional water pump that many of you are familiar with and introducing a more natural and immersive element to Sakal with water springs. So how do these work? These are natural water sources that have been slightly modified by locals to ensure easy access to potable water, unlike the man-made wells found in other maps. These springs will blend seamlessly into the environment. Don't be fooled by its serene settings. Just like the wells on other maps, it's crucial to stay alert for other players who might be looking to rehydrate. They then go on to say that these are positioned near coastal villages, and these springs are designed to look and feel like a part of the natural landscape, and they have ensured that there is always a pathway leading to them to the nearest settlements. So it seems like these are going to be on the edges of towns, especially in the coastal areas anyway, and say you're lost and you did find one of these wells, you'd be able to follow a path and hopefully it would lead you to some type of town or village nearby. They've also said that they have paid close attention to the details, ensuring each water spring produces a faint, soothing sound of flowing water, so if you don't see one, you should be able to hear one with this distinct kind of water flowing sounds that they will have for them. They're pretty cool. It's going to be interesting to see how those geysers work, and again with the boats and the ice sheets or ice shelves that are coming in, it's going to be interesting to see what we'll be able to do with them. My thing is how long is it going to take before somebody is building a base on one of those ice sheets? I'd give it a week and somebody will have a base on one of them 100%, I guarantee it. But otherwise, this is pretty cool. It's cool to see kind of a more in-depth version of what's happening around the map. And yeah, overall, I like where this is heading. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear them as per usual. And until then, I shall catch you guys in the next one. So peace out for now.